Finding affordable medical insurance is a critical part of your retirement planning, and once you're eligible for Medicare at age 65, insurance becomes more affordable, and you can't be denied coverage for pre-existing conditions. Now, despite these benefits, managing your insurance can be very complicated, and you'll need to plan carefully to make every dollar count. Joining me is Frank Davis III with New Era Financial LLC in Toms River, New Jersey. And, well, so there are 4 parts to Medicare. Frank, what are they?
Hey Scott, thank you for having me on today. While there are 4 parts of Medicare, there's also 2 types, but let's start with traditional Medicare. Traditional Medicare starts with Part A, and Part A comes to everybody at age 65 at no charge. And the reason why it comes at no charge is because every dollar you ever made, FICA took a few cents out and created a pool of money that if you were fortunate enough to retire or you became disabled, you'd get hospitalization at no charge. While it comes at no charge, there is a deductible, and after a period of time, there's co-payments per day. So Part A, I always tell everybody kind of like it covers the rent because it covers the hospital and then it covers the rehab. For doctors, specialists, and everything else, there's Part B of Medicare, and Part B of Medicare has a discounted premium because what they do is they take money out of that pool of money that FICA took out, and it pretty much covers everybody and everything that touches you. So it covers doctors, physicians, rehab, the bed in the hospital. So, and then there is a deductible on that, and it's only 80% coverage. So the most important thing people need to know about Part B is there is no maximum out of pocket. So while you're used to your traditional plans at work, if you spend a little more, you had a low, like maybe a $2,500 maximum out of pocket, or if you were healthier, you had a $10,000 maximum out of pocket. Medicare Part B has no maximum out of pocket. So it's 20% of the bill. If you're in there a few days and it's $100,000, you owe $20,000. That's why it's very important to look at the next part of Medicare, which is Medicare supplements. Medicare supplements are offered by private companies, and they offer part or all of the co-payments not covered by Medicare. The Medicare Part B is no longer covered, so no matter what plan you get, you'll always have a $203 deductible. But they're affordable, and they help you when you need insurance the most. Then there's Medicare Part D, and everybody says prescriptions. Just to make it easy, drugs. Part D is the drugs on Medicare. And while some people don't have medications when they go into retirement and they don't feel the need to get drug coverage, it's very important that you do, because if you don't get it when you first enroll, then you have to wait to the next enrollment period. And the problem with that is twofold. Number one, that whole time frame that you did not have Medicare drug coverage, they're going to penalize you 1 point per month. So we've had clients retire at 65, and then at 70 they come to our office and they want drug coverage. That's 60 months they're getting penalized for, 1 point per month. So if the average premium is $35 a month, they're paying $35 plus 60%. The other reason is, while we're healthy today, we don't know what tomorrow brings. Medicare Part D gives you high discounts on your drugs. If you got sick and, let's say you got diagnosed and there was a special medication that could help you in May or June, and the medication is $800 a month, well, you can't get drug coverage until the next calendar year. So now, the next 6-7 months, you're paying the full cost of the drug, and then when you're finally able to get coverage, you're also being penalized for starting late. So we always advise everybody get Medicare drug coverage, even if it's just one of the smaller plans, one of the simpler plans. Some are as low as like $7 a month. For $7, you're protected in case of emergency. That's one type of Medicare. That is traditional Medicare. There's also Medicare Advantage, and those are all those commercials that you see. With Medicare Advantage is insurance provided by private companies to cover everything that Medicare does. They're obligated to cover all the basic parts of Medicare, but what they also do is they'll give you additional benefits that Medicare does not cover. Some plans may offer vision or dental or hearing. All 3 are not covered by traditional Medicare. There's upsides and downsides to both traditional Medicare and Medicare Advantage, and that's why you should sit down and meet with somebody and find out what's the best plan for you. There is no set limit, you make this much money, you live in this area. I actually have husbands and wives where one chose traditional and one chose Medicare Advantage.
So what are the eligibility requirements?
Well, the eligibility requirements for Medicare are quite simple. You just have to work 10 years or 40 quarters. on the books paying taxes. Some of the challenges with the eligibility for Medicare is for our higher income earners. You should really talk to a financial professional about where your investments are going, because when you have a higher income, you could be paying higher premiums.
So let's say somebody's still working after the age of 65 and is covered by an employer plan. What happens then?
That's a case by case. You got to see what the benefits are, because sometimes if they're on the employer plan, they may be paying less for their medications, or maybe it's a benefit that the employer pays for. So if the employer is already paying for your benefits, why would you want to pull on additional premiums? But a lot of times we run into people and maybe there's some holes in their employer plan and it just makes sense to go on to Medicare. They're able to save money for both them and their spouse. So it's a case-by-case basis. We sit down and we look at it both ways and see what's most beneficial to them.
Now finally, how do you figure out the right plan?
Well, there is no figuring out the right plan for me. What we do is we invite people into our office, and different plans are different for each county. So we'll just sit down and we'll ask them what's important to them, like, are they worried about being on a network? Do they want a full network? Do they have a special doctor they need to see? So we'll weigh out everything that's most important to them, and then we'll show them both on traditional Medicare how that would benefit them, or how they might benefit from a Medicare Advantage plan.
That's Frank Davis in Toms River, New Jersey, and thank you for watching Retirement News Online.